Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and power, and glory forever. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
President Mr. Kashner.
Here.
Vice President Mr. Persing.
Here.
Secretary Mr. Anderson.
Here.
Treasurer Mr. Griffiths.
Here.
Mr. Cook.
Here.
Mr. Krieger.
Here.
Mrs. Miller.
Here.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Here.
Mr. Shuey.
Okay, we have a quorum. Next item, recognize student accomplishments.
Mr. Carnuccio's here and Mr. Zimmerman to give report.
Students of the month for month, I don't see Bryson or Mason here. Are they here? Bryson, Mason? No? Okay, I told them not to come tonight. We'll honor him next week. But I do want to mention some things. Bryson Blatt, 7th grade student. His parents are Natalie Ocasio Rodriguez. He's honor student, distinguished honor student. His activities, weightlifting, football, basketball. He's into gaming and hiking. So that's Bryson. And again, you'll get to meet him next board meeting. Our high school student of the month, Mason Kaler, 11th grader. He's the son of Barry and Vanessa Kaler. He, again, maintains honor roll, distinguished honor roll. He says he has no school associated activities, but he does like video games, exercising, camping, and biking. So those are our January students of the month in the middle high school. Do you want me to continue on?
Yep, sure.
Okay. So some of the things going on in the high school this past month are coming up. And I'm sure I missed some things because we have a lot going on. But the alumni exam for our seniors will be Wednesday, February 28th. So seniors have the opportunity to sign up, and that'll be in the auditorium for all seniors to take. Chances to win some scholarship money for school. We just wrapped up our student scheduling. So all students are scheduled. Any student that has not got to the schedule yet, please see your guidance counselor to get scheduled. But for the most part, I think we're pretty much done with scheduling. So we're going to start working on the placements classes for next school year. We had some assemblies back on Thursday, February 8th. We had middle school. We had assembly that talked about digital drama in the internet. And we also had one on Friday, February 9th for high school students regarding cyberbullying and internet safety. Transition to the PA came in and conducted those assemblies. They were very excellent. A lot of students were receptive. A lot of great questions students to the transition PA. This past Monday, we had Camp Cadet come in. Some state police came in to do an assembly on Camp Cadet for our 7th and 8th graders. So any students who are interested in that, great opportunity for them this summer to get involved with Camp Cadet. This past month, talking to Mr. Starr, we had 17 middle school students who were selected for the Band Fest that was held. It's going to be held in April at Montoursville High School. So we're proud of those 17 middle schoolers who are involved in the band. We've had 3 high school students who were selected in January for our district band. John Shepard, Aiden Santor, and Jacob Urban were selected for district band. And of those students, they can go on to regional band for selecting. We did have 2 students who were selected for regional band. Aiden Santor and Jacob Urban, which that competes tomorrow, I'm told, by Mr. Steyer. So congratulations to those students who were selected for district and regional band. We also had 4 students who were selected for the Susquehanna Honors Band: John Shepard, Jacob Erdman, Michaela Easter, and Sandra Lynn. So that's quite an honor for those 4 students. The play's coming up April 5th and 6th. This year's title is Something Rotten. I'm told it's a comedy. Hopefully everyone gets out to see it. And tickets are currently on sale here in the business office, and I believe online. So if you get a chance to purchase a ticket, come out and see our students. Our students do an awesome job. I'm sure there's a lot of you can contest that when you see our place. But our students are awesome with that. They do a great job. And that's about it for this month in high school, middle high school.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Carnuccio. Lots of good things happening. Mr. Zimmerman?
Next week, we'll start Read Across America Week. That's February 26th till March 1st. We have guest readers, kind of from all over coming in, National Honor Society members, National Junior Honor Society members. We also have we can't mask our enthusiasm for reading, so we have a little mask contest, and we have mass readers coming in as well, have a little fun with the kids. We have the Positive Pathways program, which kind of works hand in hand with the high school. High school students are meeting with their positive pals at the elementary, to kind of promote the relationship between the two buildings. February is Love the Bus Month, so we have some incentives, a dance party with the principal to try to, promote positive behaviors on the bus, continue to build off of that. Attendance challenge, we just recently finished, I think on Tuesday, our cookies challenge. We had approximately 300 kids that met the attendance challenge, and our next challenge runs from February 19th until March 15th, and that's going to be cotton candy, the incentive if you meet the attendance requirements. We continue to do our Chief of the Week. For the second marking period, we had pancakes as a little incentive there. Third marking period is going to be walking tacos. The kids are kind of excited about that. So we look forward to continue doing the Chief of the Week for the honor kids on a weekly basis. Our kindergarten registration is starting soon. That'll be March 4th to March 8th. We have, for the teachers, we have the CSIUs coming in, and we're doing small group training for the teachers, so we get a little, some new strategies and tools in place. Right now, our second grade teachers are going first, and we're linking that up with our new math series so that they can kind of incorporate that. We had our PBIS reading starting, so yesterday at the faculty meeting, kind of hit on some areas there, and also today we had some people from the CSIU come in and work with groups of teachers, trying to get that kicked off, put in motion next year, really try to enhance that as we go forward. That's pretty much it right now.
Okay, thank you. Lots of good things happening. Appreciate you both coming tonight and giving a report.
Good.
We're good?
Okay, next order of business, citizens' comments. Give me 1 second here.
When you approach the podium, please state your name, your address, your affiliation if you're here on behalf of a group. You'll have 3 minutes to speak. You'll be cut off if there's any foul language or defamatory comments.
At this time, we'll entertain citizens' comments. Yeah, step up to the microphone. Step up to the microphone. Microphone, yes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Patricia Torres, and I am a mother of 7 children.
Addresses.
I'm sorry?
Identify yourself and address and affiliation.
My address. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's 1020 East Webster Street, Shamokin, Pennsylvania, 17872.
Thank you.
Absolutely, not a problem. I have 7 children that attend, 6 children. I wasn't expecting that. Is that normal? Okay. I have 6 children that are currently in this school district right now. And I have 2 children that are in your middle high school. And I also have a daughter from your elementary school here today. I'm speaking on their behalf. And I would hope that they could also each get their time to address their concerns that they've been having. My first concern will be safety. My son was driven home by your principal, Mr. Hockenbrock. I don't see him anywhere today. He drove him home on February 9th after he was threatened while at school that he was going to be jumped on school grounds. Your principal took him home, and he's been a truant since that day. I received a notice today from your attendance office that my son has missed 3 days. My son was a truant for half of the year last year after he was whipped 13 times with a belt on your football stadium. He was taken to the local hospital. There are parents here that actually took to police to degrade my child and make my child believe that he deserved that. He was told that it was the reverse 1600. The black boy is beating the white boy. But he was accused of his fellow peers that threw him to the ground and watched him get beat of saying a derogatory word, a word that no one approves of here. So that meant that he should lay there beat, okay? Total misconduct. I reached out to your school superintendent on many occasions revolving that incident, and I have documented emails regarding that. I was told by him I would need to request via email, me wanting as a mother to watch my son that I've never touched get whipped with about 13 times while your football team stood there and watched. Do you know what he told me? In an office full of people and my son, there is no video. I would like to find out your steps on right to know? Because from my understanding, a DA did press charges on that child, right? Did he watch that video that I was told did not exist, Mr. Venna?
We're not answering questions, just make your comment.
That's absolutely fine, okay. So then we're going to talk about from that day on, how my son does not return to this school. He's a truant for 2 full marking periods. 2 full marking periods. Do you know what this district did? Nothing. Nothing. I reached out to the school. I reached out to Mr. Weller. I don't know if he's guidance, academics. I've gotten 2 different titles from him. You know what he told me? My son should go to 8th grade because of his age. It's where he belongs. I said, please ensure my son's safety. I've had meetings about my children's safety with your superintendent, and I have documented emails to prove that. And no one wants to listen. And I know my time's ticking, but the reassurance I have is that I have my kids here, and they're going to tell their side of the story. And I also want to include...
You're off.
Perfect. Thank God for everyone else. Thank you. There's a lot more here with 3 minutes.
Are there any other citizens' comments?
One of you, go. Someone. Keep going.
My name is John Lashinsky. I live at 1128 West Montgomery Street, Cole Township. I'm not a biological parent. However, I have the direct involvement with 3 children, education on a daily basis, one of them who is here tonight. Over the last several months, I have had meetings with school teachers, aides, and administrators. I've been part of, part of those. The topics of these meetings were misconduct by staff towards a student. These were brought to our attention by someone who works within the school district, whom also had the authority to decide to move that children to a different classroom. Unfortunately, the damage had already been done. Now, I understand that children bullying one another has been going on long before any of us were born, and will continue long after we are gone. But I also think it takes on a whole different level when a child comes forward with an accusation of staff mistreating a student. Recently, I met with a teacher's aide in my home for approximately 2 hours. We discussed many topics, but one of them being a question that nobody has ever been able to answer, nor am I asking for an answer tonight. If a child comes forward with an accusation to someone of this school district, they are required to move that accusation forward. No proof. The accusation is enough. However, under the same circumstances, when that child comes to a parent or someone involved in their education, they are told it starts at home and they need proof. I've heard many of times it starts at home. What starts at home for us is protecting these children. After months of hearing that, a decision was made to place that child into a cyber charter school. He went from getting comments about being disruptive in class to teachers looking forward to having him as a student. He went from not wanting to go to school to being the first to participate in his class. He went from struggling with his grades to becoming a distinguished honor student. The only thing that changed was the curriculum, the educators, and whether he was being taught. It is well known that children do not thrive in toxic areas. I know there are many people here tonight in support of this school district. I understand that some children do thrive in a physical school environment. However, to those having issues with staff, that doesn't make it any less of a reality for them. I encourage any parent who has a student come forward with an accusation to not hesitate to contact proper authorities for it to be investigated. If the school can do it to the parents to protect these children, the parents have a duty and an obligation to do the same to protect theirs. Instead of giving the generic comment that it starts at home, I encourage the school board to stop looking inside of our 4 walls and looking around the walls of this school. Thank you.
My name's Amber Johnson. I live at 31 North Sheridan Street. I personally had 5 children enrolled here. The first time was in 2021. I was excited to have a school that was so close to home. I was excited to have a bus stop that was so close to home where I can stand on my balcony and watch my children get safely on the bus. It became violent very quickly. The first time I enrolled my children here, I asked for guidance counseling for my children. I was turned away. I was shunned. I was told, we don't want parents involved this way. Why? is my question, and I understand you're not answering questions, but that's a problem. Upon further investigation of this school, I realized there wasn't a lot of support for guidance clinic people or teachers. There is not enough support in this school for your staff. They are overworked, underpaid, and losing their cool with our children. This is a whole redo. You guys need to invest in your teachers. That will then invest in your students. That will then bring good news to this area as a community and as an educational system. I have removed my 5 children for the second time from Shamokin. And I have been told by a cyber school that there was over 30 children removed in 2 weeks. You absolutely do have a problem, Mr. Venna.
Thank you.
My name's Michael Dietz, 7 East Chestnut Street, Shamokin. Back in April of last year, I came to your school district about an incident with a security guard that was inappropriately texting my 14-year-old daughter. And when it was brought to your attention, Mr. Venna, you brushed it under the rug, as well as so did Mr. Hockenbrock. Now, I have another problem with my 8-year-old children that was brought to your attention on the 9th of this month, and you still have not called me back with a resolution. Your school called the Shamokin Police Department because my children missed 1 day of school to do a wellness check. With that being said, everybody's child that comes out of this school that misses a school, why ain't they getting a wellness check from the Shamokin Police Department or the Cole Township Police Department? I think you really have a problem here. You also leave children that assaulted my 8-year-old daughter, smashed her head into the bus window twice, and you still allowed him on the same bus as my daughter. I think you need to grow up and start looking at your problem here at the school. Thank you.
If anybody makes fun of you for it.
The kids are scared of retaliation. I know I don't have my 3 minutes, but the kids are scared of retaliation because their mother has had retaliation in this town, just like that man's story. We can have an after meeting and I get more than 3 minutes to discuss 2 years of neglect. Here's my boy to speak though.
My name is Brian Torres. I'm not currently in school, but I should be in the 7th grade. I'm not because I was beat with a belt by my own football teammate, so I did not return for the 3rd or 4th marking period. It was the 2nd time that I was physically harmed, and I did not feel safe to come back. This year I came back for a better education because online did not work out for me. I was put in the 8th grade, and I was trying to get on my bus, and I was stopped and pushed around until I finally ran away out of fear. 1 month later, I was walking home from football practice, and I was confronted by 3 people that recorded me and made a joke out of me. There has been 2 occasions where I've defended myself. That was after my mom reached out to staff, police, and the school, and nothing has been done about it. Many meetings that me and my mom have gone to, the principal yells and laughs at my mom. I eat lunch in the office trying to avoid any problems. February 9th was my last day at school because I was getting threats, so I called my mom and Mr. Hockenbrock took me home. I've been home, not going back to school because I'm afraid to get jumped. I stay home because I don't want to start problems. I have been recently doing therapy to help me from my experience at Shamokin.
Can I stand with her? Is that okay? She's nervous, but she would like to speak. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You got this.
Hi, my name is Isabella Torres, and I have been bullied quite a lot.
you want to talk about it?
There has been rumors spread about me.
This is a 10-year-old. Can I speak? Mr. Zimmerman knows.
Your 3 minutes.
Go ahead, baby. Make sure you read those words, because they're not going to let Mom. You don't want to say those words. Okay, the principal knows the words that were spewed to my 10-year-old daughter that's here, and she's been bullied. Bullying is here. It's here. Keep looking at me like that. It's okay. Could one of you girls go up and show her it's okay? Skylar, Brennan, one of you do this.
Hi, my name's Cassie Kieser. I live at 1029 East Webster Street. I have 3 kids that are in your guys' school district. At one point in time, I had removed my kids as well as my nephew from your guys' school
Please
district.
be quiet.
From your school district due to the fact of being bullied. I haven't lived in Shamokin my whole life. I've been here for 5 years. My son has lost all the light in his eyes coming to this school. It's not a bullying issue. It is my son comes to school and he has a girl bring him a dress as a present for his birthday when he's 12 years old. And his teacher laugh and make a joke as footballs are flung at him and he's called a fag. Nothing was resolved in that instance. I had a nephew that's half Puerto Rican that was told that he finally has crowns, the colors of the world that you guys promoted here, which was an amazing thing that my nephew was so excited about, for a student to look at him and say, wow, RJ, now you can finally find your color. And a teacher look at him and tell him, he's not dark enough to be offended. There's issues. There's real issues here. And there's not all bad. I will say Shamokin does do a lot. They do try sometimes. But there's a lot that is failing our kids. And this is our future that we are looking at, watching, being failed across the board. My son is failing school, not because he's dumb. He doesn't want to be here. Unfortunately, I am working full-time and change my shifts. I can no longer homeschool my kids, but I do want them to come here and excel and thrive and be somebody. I want all of these kids to be somebody.
Anybody else?
Good evening. I'm Kelly Pulowski, 915 North Vine Street, Shamokin. Also an employee of the district for 30 years. While bashing and name-calling our teachers, admin, and staff, please allow me to enlighten you on what I see behind these walls. I see teachers and paraprofessionals buying snacks for the children with their money when the parents don't send them in. I see teachers and paras buy rewards and prizes for the students as part of their behavioral plan and classroom management. I see our administration sharing things such as pancakes, cookies, brownies, cotton candy, tacos with students as a part of a positive incentive for attendance. I see staff and paraprofessionals bringing in treats and baking for the students. Meanwhile, de-escalating the students who might be out of control or possibly hitting. Also providing one-on-one academically, washing and grooming students' hair and clothes. Our teachers, admin, and staff provide stability for some of our students that may lack it at home, buying clothes in some cases. We have given monetary donations to families who have suffered severe losses. We plan and give our own money to help fund the end-of-the-year carnival. We buy gifts for students at Christmas, along with other things and parties. There are well over 2,200 students in this district. With a number that large, there's bound to be issues and not everything will be perfect. A few parents who are vocal in bringing down our district are just a small number compared to the amount of parents who are happy with our school, staff, and child's education. We all want our students to feel safe at school with positive outcomes. However, anyone who is not in education and who does not walk through these doors every day has no idea the amount of behavior and disrespect that teachers, admin, and staff deal with on a daily basis. But I'm not going to discuss students at this time. because we are bound by laws such as FERPA to not discuss students publicly. We don't have the luxury that everyone has on social media, but trust, all of us take care of your kids. And they go above and beyond. So, please don't let the Facebook warriors take away from what we do. They indeed are the bullies. But I'd like to close out with saying something positive. I do love my job. This is not just a job to me. It's been my life for 30 years. The children and the parents will always have a special place in my heart. I'm not just an advocate for our line of work. I love each of the students as if they were my own. Thank you.
Are there other citizens' comments?
I'm sorry. My name is Brenna Grayson. I go here. I live at 1048 West Pine Street, and I do want to say there are some really good teachers here in administration, but there is bullying. I have got called so, like, I would curse, but I get called a fat cow, a fat pig, a fat ass, like, every single day, and I've been to the office many times, and nothing really gets done, and it's to the point where I wake up at school and I wish I'd never woken up because I don't want to go. Like, it takes a lot of me to get up here and talk, because tomorrow when I go to school, I'm probably going to get bullied for standing up here and talking, so, sorry, but I've got bullied my entire life for being fat, and the fact that I've lost so much weight and I still get called fat, it hurts so bad. But that's all I want to say, and I just want to say that there is a problem. Sometimes there isn't. Like, the teachers are amazing. I know so many good teachers that have listened to me and heard what I said and stuck up for me, but it's just the fact that, I don't know how to explain it. There were days that I woke up and I would cry to my mom and beg to not go to school. And I used to love school. Last year, I would go every single day. I'd never had an issue. I had distinguished honor roll, and then ever since I got into 7th grade, it just all went downhill. I walk in the hallway, I get called fat. I try to ignore them. Yesterday at lunch, I confronted a girl because my friend was talking about going for a run, and this girl said that Brenna needs to go for a run, and she was just giving me the most attitude, so I went up to her and I confronted her, and that's how people think I'm an issue, but I'm trying to stand up for myself, and it just gets so annoying. So I just want you guys to know that there is a problem.
Anybody else for citizens' comments?
My name is Trudy Kurtz. I live at 821 East Sunbury Street in Shamokin. I have 4 children that all went to Shamokin. My last one is a junior. I've listened to this talk on Facebook and the lump sum of all Shamokin kids are bullies. If your kid is not saying they're being bullied, then they are a bully. Total crap. Walk down the hall and ask any kid that goes to Shamokin how they get treated in school. It's not all bad. It's not all bad. Just like not all kids are bad. Every kid makes a mistake. Every person makes a mistake. You learn from them. You grow from them. What I'm going to say is, the teachers are not bad here either, and I'm sick of hearing them get bashed over and over. It's ridiculous. This is what I want you to take from this meeting. If you can't be part of the solution, then don't adhere to the problem. I hear your kids saying they're being bullied. Maybe the option is you go to a teacher, you join your student council, you join your honor rolls. I can't think of the name right now. National Honor Society, no, not that. You go with your ideas to help your teachers, help the people in your school. Come up with solutions for what you think is a big problem. When I went to school, there used to be a thing called peer ed, where kids went to kids to talk about their problems, and if it got real bad, then adults got involved. Maybe there needs to be something where it's about bullying, because there's a long list of bullying. Just because somebody says I'm stupid, does that mean I'm stupid? Do I believe I'm stupid? No. Everybody says words that they don't mean when they're angry. I think bullying has this very broad range, and I think sometimes what one thinks is bullying, another person does not think is bullying. But maybe if we work together to find a solution, all this doesn't have to happen, and Shamokin doesn't have to be on the news for another bad thing, when there's so many positive things that come out of our school, and our good kids that come here every day and make the positive changes in our school, in our district, for everybody, for their community when they come back here. You take a look at your teachers that are here. They were born and raised here. You know them. You're bashing them. You see them on the street, you don't say anything. You publicly put it out there in a forum. You know all these people. Work together to find a solution instead of breaking everybody down.
Hi, my name is Kristen Hughes. I'm an employee of the Shamokin School District, and I live on Irish Valley Road. I really wasn't planning on talking tonight, but after hearing the comments and seeing the room full of people, I feel it is important for me to share my story that I didn't share 2 years ago. I kept everything quiet because that was the thing that was most important for my family at the time. I first want to say that I am really disappointed by the information that was shared by Fox 56. I don't feel that it was directly portrayed, especially for the fact that my son was one that unfortunately was bullied 2 years ago. He was borderline sexually assaulted on the playground, and we did try to press charges, but unfortunately we were told that unless he had some type of psychological issue and wasn't able to return to school, there wasn't anything that anybody could do about it. So we did the best thing for him. We reacted as a family. We stayed very tight, very close. We did a lot of things together as a family. We saw a lot of friendship and a lot of things that we needed to do, okay? We saw support in school. We saw outside counseling, and everything worked out for my son. A lot of that is due to all the support that he had with the Shamokin School District, both at elementary school and then transitioning into the middle high school. He also had outside counseling. He had outside counseling for 6 months. 6 months. And I'm a social worker. I couldn't help my son for the situation that he was in. I didn't blame the school district. It was something that was out of their hands. For the people that have been going on and carrying on, it is something that starts at home. These issues need to be handled at home. No matter what you have to say, you have to connect as a family unit. These issues do start at home. You cannot continue to keep bashing online. It starts at home as a family unit. It doesn't matter if you are a warrior online. It starts at home. My son is a successful part of the school district now and can put out into society now, and he is successful because we started at home. And he's a wonderful human being because I didn't target the community. I didn't target the other family. I didn't take to the internet and start name calling and bashing anybody. What we did was we started at home. We did the counseling. We did everything we needed to do as a family. So I appreciate everything that the district has done for us and for me. And I really appreciate everything that everybody has done for myself included. Thank you very much.
Are there any more additional comments? Okay, let's go.
Can she finish her time now that she's had a moment to regain composure?
Okay.
name is Isabella Torres, and I am from Shamokin Area Elementary School District. I have been called really mean names. I have had a rumor spread about me, and I have been called many things, and I've always went to other people's classrooms because of a group of girls. I've always asked to go to guidance, but everybody's always said no. I've asked my teacher plenty of times, and all he says is no. So I just sit back and I say okay. But that's not the right thing to do. You have to stand up for yourself sometimes.
Thank you.
Okay, last call for citizens' comments. Okay. Moving on. Anything else, Chris? Okay, moving on to old business. We have a motion to approve item 5.01.
Motion. Second.
On the question. As many of those who are in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion to approve item 5.02?
Motion. Second.
On the question. As many of those who are in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. We have a motion to approve item 5.03.
Motion. Second.
On the question. Roll call, please.
Mr. Persing.
Yes.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths.
Yes.
Mr. Kashner.
Yes.
Mr. Krieger.
Yes.
Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Move on to new business. May I have a motion to approve item 6.01?
Motion. Second.
On the question. As many of those who are in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Is there a motion to approve item 6.02?
Motion. Second.
On the question. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths.
Yes.
Mr. Kashner.
Yes.
Mr. Krieger.
Yes.
Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Persing.
Yes.
May I have a motion to approve item 6.01?
Motion.
So, I'm sorry, 6.03.
Motion. Second.
On the question. Roll call, please.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths.
Yes.
Mr. Kashner.
Yes.
Mr. Krieger.
Yes.
Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Persing.
Yes.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Yes.
May I have a motion to approve item 6.04?
Motion.
Second?
On the question. Roll call, please.
Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths.
Yes.
Mr. Kashner.
Yes.
Mr. Krieger.
Yes.
Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Persing.
Yes.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
May I have a motion to approve item 6.05?
Motion. Second.
On the question. Roll call, please.
Mr. Griffiths.
Yes.
Mr. Kashner.
Yes.
Mr. Krieger.
Yes.
Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Persing.
Yes.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Cook.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve item 6.06?
Motion. Second.
On the question. Roll call, please.
Mr. Kashner.
Yes.
Mr. Krieger.
Yes.
Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Persing.
Yes.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths.
Yes.
May I have a motion to approve item 6.07?
Motion. Second.
On the question. Roll call, please.
Mr. Krieger.
Yes.
Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Persing.
Yes.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths.
Yes.
Mr. Kashner.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve item 6.08?
Motion.
Second. On the question. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Persing.
Yes.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths.
Yes.
Mr. Kashner.
Yes.
Mr. Krieger.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve item 6.09?
Motion.
Second.
On the question. Roll call, please.
Mr. Persing.
Yes.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths.
Yes.
Mr. Kashner.
Yes.
Mr. Krieger.
Yes.
Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
May I have a motion to approve item 6.10?
Motion.
Second. On the question. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths.
Yes.
Mr. Kashner.
Yes.
Mr. Krieger. Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Persing.
Yes.
We have a motion to approve item 6.11.
Motion. Second.
On the question. Roll call, please.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths.
Yes.
Mr. Kashner.
Yes.
Mr. Krieger.
Yes.
Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Persing.
Yes.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Yes.
May I have a motion to approve item 6.12? Motion.
Second.
On the question. Roll call, please.
Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths.
Yes.
Mr. Kashner.
Yes.
Mr. Krieger.
Yes.
Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Persing.
Yes.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to move on to personnel. I think we have a
Yep,
addition.
we're going to be tabling item 7.17.
May I have a motion to approve all personnel items in motion 7.01 through 7.22 as amended.
Motion.
Second.
On the question. Roll call, please.
Mr. Griffiths.
Yes.
Mr. Kashner.
Yes.
Mr. Krieger.
Yes.
Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Persing.
Yes.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Cook.
Yes. Okay. Moving on, board member reports. Thank you.
I'd like to talk about the Strengthening Families program ended last month. I think it was a great program. For those of you that don't know, it was a 7-week program designed to learn and practice skills to reduce substance abuse, mental health problems, and delinquency. There's many families involved that met once a week for 7 weeks, had a meal together, and spent time learning with their children different ways to handle stressful problems and behaviors. I'd like to thank Kristen Hughes, Sierra Carl, and Angela Rock, who all participated in that program. I think it was really great.
Okay.
A couple more things. I'd like to thank the Cole Township Commissioners for their donation of the phys ed equipment. I'd like to remind everybody of the March 2nd prom dress giveaway at the Oasis Community Recovery Club, hosted by Girls Play Off-Road. And I'd also like to congratulate Joey Heil for surpassing 1,000 points in basketball. It was a huge accomplishment. He deserves congratulations for that.
Other board reports.
I'd like to commend 17 middle school students that are participating in Band Fest. Our 3 high school district band, 2 regional band. We have 2 students in district chorus, 3 3 students in district orchestra, or 2 students in district orchestra, also going to regional orchestra. And then this weekend, at 11:30 at the Knights of Columbus, we can support the Modern Music Club, which is a fantastic club for the school. They're doing a fundraiser at the Knights of Columbus. You can come out and support them, and then get your tickets for the musical. It's always a fantastic show.
Thank you. Are there others? Anybody else? Okay. An executive session was held for personal issues on Tuesday, February 13th, 2024, from 6 p.m. to 7:49 p.m., and February 22nd, 2024,